Howdy, Possum Patty here. It's April 28th and I'm nature journaling. We have sun today. They say that this is going to be the only sunny day until Sunday. So I'm going to go out and take advantage of it, take a walk. We have some medium to high clouds. So they're either alto cumulus or stratocumulus. Beautiful blue in the sky today. I'm going to take a walk up the lane to check out something I noticed the other day when I went to the mailbox. So I did take a nice long walk because the weather was beautiful, and I looked at many different plants and trees and rocks. What I decided to put on my page for April 28th was the weather gauge, and this has to do with the light rain and drizzle we had from 426 to 427, and it came out to only 3/10 of an inch in the gauge. And I learned that there are actual international weather icons or symbols to use, and not some of the silly icons that you usually see on TV on the weather reports. And the drizzle looks like an apostrophe, and so there's different combinations for light, intermittent, light continuous, moderate intermittent, thick continuous, and thick intermittent. So I was learning about what the actual international symbol for drizzle was that day. I noted that it had been quite breezy. We had 25-mile-an-hour gusts, and we had steady winds at a number 3 and 4, and then the gusts were what we call a fresh breeze. And you can see the larger branches of the trees swaying. So that was my weather watch for the day. What I took from my walk was I decided to put all the things that you see in nature that are red, that I started on the 27th with my robin redbreast, my rusty cap chipping sparrow, my red-tailed hawk, and my red lichen, fire dot lichen. I did a different layout. On this page, my layout is separate because I wanted room to write my little poem. On this page, I just drew a little box and I overlapped my elements. When you overlap your elements, you can make interesting negative shapes. And it's always fun to have a little bit poking out. So here are my red items for April 28th. I started with the red cardinal that I had seen right after I finished this page about the red, orange, and rust. And then on my walk, I went to check my partridge berry, and it was still there in the woods, one little red berry. Well, I'm going to have to add this to finding red in nature, one little partridge berry. On the way back, I saw some bright red leaves on a poison ivy plant growing on a red rhizome, which is a modified underground stem. Now this is actually one leaf with 3 leaflets. This is a compound leaf. So when you hear the little poem, leaves of 3, let it be, they're actually leaflets. Some more red in nature. Some red poison ivy growing along the ground here on a little red vine. Leaves of 3, let it be. Over by the poison ivy was the stump from a red maple that had been cut down, and little red twigs were growing out of it with little red maple buds. Something else that's red. These suckers coming out of this tree. I bet you these are red maple. Red buds. Then I walked over towards the sand mound, and the rock on the end had some really nice red garnets on it. So I added that in the corner. Well, here's some more red in nature. Look at the garnets on this rock. As I walked along the stones, I found some evening primrose, and a few of them had these bright red stalks coming up out of the ground with a rosette of leaves on top. That's funny, but once you start looking for something, you find it. There's red garnets on this rock. And I came over here and found this red stem. I think this is evening primrose. And the reason why is because, well, there's a bunch of them. There's a big one. Last year's stalk. Oh, wow, look how red the stalk is on this one. Thanks for coming along on this little colorful adventure today. Bye-bye.